Harry and Meghan's Netflix ambitions broken down. It's all in tatters. Meghan Markle's upcoming U.S. projects have been called out as train wrecks due to her past betrayal towards the U.K. This claim has been made by royal biographer Duncan Larcombe during his interview with True Royalty TV's The Royal Beat. He was quoted as saying, "It's all about Meghan, and it's all rubbish, frankly. It's gone down so badly in this country. I had no idea how Netflix operates its business model until last week. As an indie author who has written 3 10-part trilogy novels, each part of the same theme but designed to be read in any order, it was more than I would have dreamed of to be approached by an agency connected to Netflix. Since authors are unable to approach Netflix without the services of a literary agent, to me that was an impossible dream. Last week, I was actually approached by a Netflix scout in relation to my books, and after my lawyer checked their credentials, it appears they are the real deal. Maybe other netizens have dealt with Netflix, and if so, I'm hoping they will come forward and share their experiences. What I was told by the representatives is that Netflix is not generous in paying authors, and they search for unique work through indie author records, not traditionally published best-selling authors, who usually have their work optioned off to Hollywood companies for megabucks. Okay, so now we know Netflix is working in the bargain basement. What this TV streaming company wants is unique work, and it's no use trying to sell them a professional screenplay, because they have their own screenwriters and production company. Basically, Netflix does all their own work to fit with an entertainment model and then try to keep it unique. If Netflix does decide to go with my trilogy, I can no longer market the book, even though I retain copyrights, but basically, who cares? Because they do all the promoting, and getting a book known about is where indie authors get stuck. The reason being, there are millions of books on Amazon, and marketing one book to stand out from the rest costs thousands, and no guarantee that you'll cover the cost. Well, if Netflix pays $20,000 to take out an option on your book and then decides to produce a series, another $50K USD, that's for streaming. Then they advertise your book title for international, and people who like Netflix show may decide to also buy the book. So there's money to be made from book sales. Nice, and better than having it buried amongst a million other books for sale on Amazon. So now all you writers are going to want to know how Harry and Meghan managed to score a $150 million deal with Netflix, with no published book or anything unique. Netflix is looking for new and refreshing themes focusing on biodiversity, human survival, and inspirational themes, not self-entitled hypocrites trying to tell everyone else what to do while exactly doing the opposite themselves, and attacking the British monarch and inventing disharmony to strengthen their own self-serving agenda. Could the lore for Screaming Giant be that much gabbed about tell-all that Harry is supposed to write? Is it possible that Netflix has bought the names and their intimate connection to the most famous and generally respected family in the world, knowing that their names attached to the tell-all biopic with nothing sacred or held back would lend it authenticity and make it probably the most watched thing in their stable? Let's face it, The Crown proved wildly popular, even though it's known to be a subjective creation of conjecture, propped up with stories and innuendos from the print media of decades. So what would a creation coming direct and obviously proofread and edited by someone qualified to do so, from the mouth of the real royal horse's ass or two, be worth? You know, while I'm aware that such a film doco series would be viewed by many subscribers, I wouldn't be borrowing any money on my house to guess its ultimate value. Maybe their contributions to Netflix will fly like rockets, or maybe, like Disney's elephant, not do so well. Indeed, according to an expert, Ms. Gwen Owens, the Obamas are keeping their distance from Meghan and Prince Harry because of their loyalty to the Queen. She explains, first and foremost, the Obamas are astute, savvy political animals, whether one likes them or not. They didn't achieve their heights by being stupid or careless. Loyalty is a personal thing. In politics, loyalty is weighed heavily against practicality and, yes, appearances. They also have a known quality in the Queen, leader of one of the most prestigious, powerful institutions and families in the world. Respected globally, discreet, plus the personal touch. Her Majesty the Queen and they are more than acquaintances. There seems to be a guaranteed and genuine admiration by Her Majesty the Queen for the Obamas. They formed relationships with a younger generation as well as the heir. In the California Mountbatten Windsors, the younger son, through his words and deeds, has become a political hot potato. It's not that he's bashing the monarchy, it's the fact that at one time they must now consider the implications of appearing to support his words and deeds. Is he worth the political risk, especially considering to whom he is wed? Do the Obamas wish to appear supporting her political ambitions, if any? Mr. California Mountbatten Windsor's greatest liability in this moment is his wife and her lamentable track record of dashing from headline to a bandwagon without really committing to any one cause. This does not make for winning friends, read supporters with deep pockets, or a sustainable political base. Potential polls need a recognizable voice. With her lack of consistency and her increasingly diminishing fan base, she may need to choose yet another field into which to foray. The Obamas may personally like and enjoy the princely juggler, but they have to consider the consequences, including appearing to support not only his words and deeds, but appearing to support, nay, even endorse through their own global prestige and political power, the aspirations of his wife. They also must seriously consider how his wife would trumpet their friendship to the world with her own spin. So, the Obamas have to decide on their most expedient and logical choice. Plus, they really do admire the Queen and the institution. Poor pitiful Harry, self-demoted by leaving, demoted by his wife with his consent, he who feared becoming a non-entity because of his birth of his nephews and niece just made himself a non-entity. But according to user Simone, none of them have loyalty to anything other than money. Do you honestly think neither would associate with each other if something of gain was to be had? The fan explains that while I think my perspective of the Obama family is limited due to not knowing much about American politics until recently, discovering that my love for being nosy, I've come to discover the Obamas are something Harry and Meghan aren't, and that's clever. Since leaving the White House, Obama has focused on staying solid financially. He's politically driven, and so are his ideas, etc. Meghan and Harry try this angle, but neither truly has the ability to play it cool. Are the Obamas perfect? No. Do they hate people? Probably. But are they sitting down at every opportunity to create situations and drama? No. Anyone who values family, respects their elders, and hard work would need only meet Meghan and Harry to see their priorities are completely different. Meghan and Harry are first and foremost grifters, but definitely not grafters. Yes, they might have on the outside a few credentials similar to the Obamas, but nonetheless, nothing has ever come to fruition. Apparently, Obamas have taken big steps with Netflix and are creating content often. The Sussexes have yet to create anything after all this time. Obama and his wife are both authors, speakers, influential, and most importantly, a team. Meghan and Harry again portray that they are, but neither has actually worked together on anything. His book, her book, his show, her show. Nothing Harry and Meghan do seem to scream power couple. Whereas the Obamas from the start have been a team and worked together to cement their names in history. Unfortunately, Harry and Meghan will only be remembered for failing royal life, pushing their families under the bus and turning a full country against them. Oh, and their phantom kids, of course.